taking vitamins or supplements to improve your health, but just ended up feeling bloated and not your best? If so, our guest today may have a solution for you. Metabolic nutrition and weight loss expert Lisa Lynn joins us now with some great tips. Lisa, perfect timing. New year, new us, right? A lot of people running to those
That's right.
vitamin stores.
And one of the first steps people do in the new year, Happy New Year, by the way, is they immediately run to the vitamin store. But in all honesty, I'm a nutritionist for over 36 years. I formulate my own line for the reasons we're going to talk about. I actually would say to people, if you don't take the right stuff, don't take any stuff.
Okay, that's some great advice. And you say you spent a lot of time formulating some nutritional supplements, but in liquid form. Tell us what's the difference and really how they can change people's bodies as opposed to these other supplements that are out there.
Well, I'll tell you my why. Most people, especially over the age 40, and in today's world, almost everybody have some sort of metabolic dysfunction that starts on a digestive level. And most people don't realize the biomechanical process or chemical process, in addition to absorption, that needs to occur when you take supplements like these. And good health, energy, hair regrowth, you name it, starts at a cellular level, meaning way deep down in the cell. And if the nutrients can't reach there, this is why supplements don't work. So when I hear on the street, I tried taking that nutrient you talked about and it didn't work. Excuse me, I don't mean to sound arrogant, but the fact is I do say now, well, you didn't take our stuff. Because when you take it, you can feel the difference in what happens in your body within 15 minutes.
So the liquid version of this really helps it digest better, and I think that is fantastic. And I know you say that you really care more about the ingredients and what you're putting into these things, which not, unfortunately, every brand out there does.
No, it's going to sound funny, but lead-free, 36 years. We buy all of our nutrients. We actually handpick them and make sure that they are the Ferrari level of nutrients. So we don't buy grade B nutrients. We're triple A rated. Second, our liquids have a 99% absorption rate compared to most typical supplements sold today, which are about 4 to 20%. And that's if your gut health is efficient. And if you're over 40 and you've dieted, you're constipated, whatever it is, everything affects our gut health. Medication, you're not digesting or absorbing nutrients. And in my world, I also say it's not what you take, it's what you absorb. That's the reason we sell more liquids than we do powders today. Our powders are also very absorbable. This is 99%, 0.9% absorption with 100% bioavailability. So this is my lineup in the morning: Power Shot loaded multivitamin mineral, followed by metabolic collagen, 10 grams of collagen, the purest, highest grade, 99% absorption rate. Babu wants his. And then I take a recovery, from my joints, because at 57, I got aches and pains and stiffness. Within 30 minutes, I have energy, my stiffness goes away. And you see the before and afters. These are people who not only got the results switching, but keeping the results, like maintaining them.
Yeah, it seems fairly easy to incorporate this into our daily morning routines. It seems like it's made a big difference for a lot of people looking at the before and afters here. You, and I think your puppy looks very invested in this as well.
Yes, he likes them. And they're so pure you could water your plants with them. I mean, what supplement can you say that about?
Right, I think it's fantastic. And what is also great, you always have a wonderful deal for our viewers out there if they want to give these a try.
We do. Save 40% off of LynnFit liquid nutrition supplements when you enter the code LynnFit40. Some restrictions apply.
Connecticut homes come in all sizes, as we know, and even if you live in a home that is spacious, some tight spots, maybe a corner in a guest room or home office, feel tough to decorate. Douglas Weiser from Ethan Allen in Westport has some tips for making the most of your smallest spaces. Douglas, so happy to have you here.
It's lovely to be here. So happy to be here and visiting.
And you brought some beautiful pieces for us. We're going to walk through how these can really elevate our smaller spaces. Let's start over here with this gorgeous couch and table.
So this is the Callista and this is the Draper. These are two pieces that are new to our portfolio. They notice that they have a rounded edge, which we very much promote in smaller spaces. The rounded edge gives us a little bit more, few inches extra versus a squared off piece. And in a small space, obviously every inch counts. So very much recommend putting in something such as this. Obviously, we want flow and we want scale in the room as well.
And I know that you say these softer edges really direct the eye, right? That's the whole purpose. When you walk in the room, it guides your eye to where you want it to go.
It does. That is correct. And what happens is, again, like I just mentioned, what's really important when we are working in a small space is that we work with scale and we work with the flow, and it's really making the room, even if it's small, seem like it's a substantial room that you want to be in.
Yes, I also love this green color, by the way.
It's fabulous.
Yes, it really is.
Yep.
Okay, let's take a look at another image. This has to do with our spaces here. Light colors really open up a space, right?
So light colors all the way. A lot of people prefer to use white. It doesn't have to be white. We can go a little beige. We can go even a little gray. Throw in a little bit of a light blue, perhaps any kind of a pastel. It keeps the room bright and it keeps it feeling still on a more larger size. It's not closing it in with dark colors. But we can use some color if you would like, but that's going to be things like ottomans, cubes, pillows. That's where the color can come in because it's not overtaking the room.
Okay, so little pops of color here.
Little pops of color, for sure.
Now, I know you mentioned decor can also make a difference in terms of the space. Mirrors are a great tool to use.
Mirrors are a great tool, and they come in every shape and size. You put them in the room, you strategically place them so that they will reflect the room, so that the room becomes much larger, and at least it appears to be much larger. You'll see that a lot in New York City apartments where they actually will have a full wall of mirror, which will push that small apartment out, and then you feel like you're in a much larger room, which is what it's all about, right?
I love it. There are so many different things you can do, and I'm sure you have to pay attention, right, to your lighting as well.
100%. The lighting, of course, is also going to allow for that room to seem a little bit brighter. It's not you don't want the room to be dark. You want to be in there and feeling very happy, and that's what it's all about, being happy in your room.
Yes, you want to be happy in your space, and this is such a beautiful piece of furniture here. How is this going to open up our space?
So this is the Alaric. What's nice about this, and it's something else that we should really consider when we're working in a small room, is having pieces that have multi-functions. This obviously is a chair, and it's also brand new to our portfolio. This chair will be perfect with the round edges, as we can see and we spoke about, but then also there's an ottoman. And the ottoman can also be used not only for your feet and relaxing, but for when your guest is in and you need another place to sit. So that's where dual purpose comes in. And you can also play with the fabrics, and maybe that's where the color comes in as well.
Yeah, I was going to say this fabric it's a little bit different. It has some texture to it, which is nice.
Which is also great, because when we're working with our fabrics, we want to play with texture, we want to play with color, and we want to play with a little bit of pattern if needed, but always in a small room, we want to keep it pretty tight so that we're not being overtaken by the fabrics and the colors.
Right, and the photo we were just looking at, they had a bit of a throw on the ottoman. That's a way to add like a light pop of color.
Definitely another. Pillows, throws, anything like that, for sure.
Okay, these are all great tips. And what I love about Ethan Allen is people can come in, right, and with a general idea, and you help really hone in on what might make the best fit for their space.
For sure. So we are actually a full design center, and a lot of people don't realize that. We are designers that will come, when you come in, you can work with us. We will work with you with blueprints. We will create our own digital renderings of your rooms and your houses. We'll measure, and then from there we can work again with scale, we can work with product. And we really cover all design. We'll even reupholster furniture that falls into our own design. So
I love that. So many opportunities to really spruce up our spaces. Thank you so much for stopping by, Douglas.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It was wonderful.
Great tips. If you guys would like to learn more, ethanallen.com. We will also have all the details for you over on WTNH.com.
At the end of the day, it's not just about looking good, it's also about being healthy, living, your best life as long as possible.
Brian Rowland and Jake Pear founded Innova Nutrition and Fitness Center together nearly 5 years ago, but the pair's history goes back further than that. They grew up together with similar passions.
I went to school for exercise science, he studied biochemistry. We honestly just saw a lot of issues with the industry. We both have a background in science, and we wanted to create something that really just cuts out kind of all the BS and really follows research but gives people results.
And that's exactly how they're helping clients change their bodies today.
Really, we focus on analytics, so we use bioelectrical impedance analysis to get a better assessment over people's body composition. So it's a lot more than just weight. We assess lean body mass, fat mass, and we actually use, again, clinical research-backed components to change those exact elements.
When people first sign up at Innova, this is where they start. This InBody scan allows trainers to set goals for their clients, track progress, and make adjustments as needed.
That key body composition analysis is so important From that, we're able to create specific dietary recommendations that reflect the change that they want. Going to get leaner, like what are the principles that actually matter? And then from there, they have access to our facility through our programs or training systems, which we deliver on a weekly basis.
And what's really great is you don't just have one trainer, you get access to all of the knowledgeable staff here as part of your membership.
Everyone who has personal training in our facility has access to our facility every day of the week that we're open. So it's really like a breakthrough in our industry where if you come in here, you don't just have one trainer, you literally have a whole team of experts.
And this kind of access, paired with personalized fitness and nutrition plans, has been a recipe for success. Just take a look at these before and after photos. And to Brian and Jake and all the trainers here at Innova, that's the most rewarding part.
Anyone that finds this new self-confidence, that's a huge, benefit. Just seeing that is just awesome.
Powders, shakes, even Pop-Tarts? Protein is everywhere.
We're putting proteins in drink.
From coffee shops to grocery store shelves to your social media feed, the popularity and marketing for high-protein diets are on the rise. A high-protein diet emphasizes getting a larger percentage of your total daily calories from protein compared to the standard dietary recommendations.
Protein does so many things. We know it helps with muscle growth and skin and hair and all those things. Protein is a very satisfying macronutrient that can help you feel fuller longer.
Elizabeth Meehan has been eating a high-protein diet for 6 years. She says her initial goal was to heal her gut and aid in fat loss after having kids, but she found even more benefits.
I had more energy. I was recovering better. I was sleeping better. Everything was so much better when I chose high protein.
Experts recommend getting anywhere from 10 to 35% of your daily total calories from protein.
That is everything I needed for this week's high protein meal plan.
Stephanie Birmingham, who has documented her protein and fitness journey on social media, says she typically eats 160 to 170 grams of protein a day, which puts her right at the top of that range with 35% of her daily total calorie intake.
It was really refreshing for me for them to say, okay, high protein diet will help you in your fat loss goals, but it'll also help you maintain the muscle that you're building.
Protein products have exploded in popularity and now come in all forms. Stephanie and Elizabeth both say some of these products can be great tools to help them meet their goals, but that they also take a hard look at those nutrition labels.
Is it actually a lot of protein? Is this something that I should be putting in my body?
Really looking out and seeing what's the saturated fat content, what's the added sugar content.
Not all protein is equal. It's best to reach for lean and plant-based sources.
Think lean meats, low-fat dairy, Greek yogurt, and then don't forget your lentils and beans.
And balance is still important.
Pair your protein with fiber-rich foods, ensuring that you're getting the fresh fruits, fresh vegetables.
And of course, it's always important to consult your doctor before making any big dietary or lifestyle changes. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, New York.
Finding time to work out as a mom can feel impossible. And boy, have I learned that, especially when you don't want to leave your baby or you don't have childcare. That is why the Mom Club creates events that lets moms move, connect, and bring their babies along with them. Today, we are getting a sneak peek with Sharon Feiereisen, the founder of the Mom Club, and mom Amanda Schietzold and her 3-month-old Evan, he is so cute, and bar instructor Cindy Seitz, who is showing us an easy workout you can do right at home. So feel free to follow along with us right here, with or without a baby. Ladies and Evan, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Congratulations on the baby.
Thank you. I know I was hoping to bring Grayson for this workout. He'll join us one day. But this is really such an important topic. I have learned this in the last 4 months. You have all these plans. I'm going to get back to it once my doctor clears me. I'm going to work out. It's really difficult to do. It's easier said than done. So let's start here talking about the Mom Club, because obviously as a mom yourself, you know this, and that is why you created this club.
I mean, literally, because I was living in Israel. I came alone with both my kids back to the US, and no gym would let me bring my kids to the gym. And I'm one of those crazy fitness obsessed people. I was like, please, they're sleeping, they won't bother you. No.
Right.
So kind of without thinking, I created these events just out of a personal need. And as a background, I'm also a parenting journalist and wellness, so I did have some background in it. But our first events were all workouts you could do, bring your baby. And then when we came to Greenwich, we partnered with Cindy and we did Bring Your Baby to the Bar. I mean, she's iconic. Everyone knows her in Greenwich. She's been teaching for decades, so she teaches moms, kids, now the grandkids.
It's amazing.
And it's been so fun to get the kids involved when they're young, but also now I have a 2- and a 4-year-old, and it's so much fun to work out with them because they'll motivate me. They'll be like, again, you're doing a squat, and my kid is like, again, and I'm like, I'm tired. So it's been great.
And a couple of things that come to my mind when we talk about this. One, it's also amazing for moms to socialize, meet new moms, just be real with each other because it's difficult. But it's also teaching, and Cindy, you probably know this better than me, good habits to these children, to take care of ourselves and invest in our fitness and our health.
Absolutely. But you touched on something so important. As a new mom, and I can remember this, even though it was many, many years ago, it can be so isolating,
yes,
right?
It is.
You're home with that child for hours, and you're not yourself in any way. And so to move in a way that makes you feel good, and you can have the baby join in, I mean, it's kind of a perfect way to spend some time with the baby and at the same time do something that's going to get you back to feeling more like yourself.
Absolutely. And for Amanda, this is your second baby. Baby Evan is adorable, by the way. He's snoozing right now, being such a great little baby here. But what has this been like for you? What has your journey been like? So far?
It's been really great being a part of a fitness community. Like you said, connecting with other moms, not being so isolating, kind of getting back to finding yourself outside of motherhood. Something that's also really important for me is to show my kids that motherhood and achieving my own personal goals can be mutually exclusive and exist together.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm like really excited to continue on and just meet more moms.
Perfectly said. All right, let's get to it. We are going to now do a bar workout. So when we said bring the baby to the bar, we should say it's B-A-R-R-E,
yes.
the exercise.
I also, if I could add about the events, one
Yes.
of the things that I think a lot of moms are self-conscious is, how do I look? What am I wearing? So that's why we always do matching sets, and you don't have to think about anything. We'll do mini facials just to pamper the moms, and you don't need to be in shape. I have moms who've literally come to my events and said, I haven't worked out since I had the baby, and my baby's 4.
And we'll talk more about that event in a little bit. I'm looking forward to sharing because it really is, it's awesome for new moms. So before we get into those details, let's have a little exercise.
All right. So you don't need a ballet bar. That's the first thing. All you need is something for support. So it could be your kitchen counter, a banister, or just a chair. So first thing we'll do is stand kind of parallel to it and take a light touch to it. And now this is going to be particularly challenging for you holding the baby.
Yeah.
For us, it'll be equally challenging, but we don't have that added 15 pounds or so. So hand to the waist, light touch to your support, heels come up high, and simply bend your knees. Now, as soon as you do that, you're going to feel some quivering in the low body, and that's exactly where you want to be. And then from there, we just begin a little movement down and up, and lower and lift. And now little pulses down and down. And of course we do this with great music, so it becomes a little more enjoyable. And then we're just gonna hold it down there, bring your outside arm in front, and now right angle the arm. And you're gonna push the arm up. Now you can do this with or without a hand weight. And the baby, in its peripheral vision, will see something going on there. And they'll be looking and they'll be very distracted. And you're a little distracted too. You're almost forgetting about your legs, almost. Then come down a little further, arm comes all the way up, and then repulse again. And you try to do this at least 20 seconds, and then you would change sides and do it the other way. So that's the first thing we can do for our legs. Very, very strengthening. Now the next few things we're going to do, we actually get to sit.
Okay.
Which is also
and we do want to get to this before the event.
Never get to do often anyway. So first thing, we'll take the ball. That was nicely done. Take the ball, place it behind your low back for some support. We're always very focused on the safety of the low back. Now, notice how the baby is right there with you. You're gonna flex your feet, take your thumbs right to your hip line. Okay. Just like that, Alyssa, and then angle the fingertips out. Now, as soon as you do that, you should feel the chest open. The upper back engage, and then lift your hips up. Push your hips back. Now again, if the baby were awake, we'd be saying, baby's gonna go for a little ride. Bend your elbows, straighten your arms. Bend your elbows and straighten and bend and push, right? And then we just had little presses all down and down. So the baby's going for a little ride here, little press,
That
little
is
press.
great.
And then the baby's going to push up. The baby's going to go up, up, and up. So accent up and up. Just 4 more, 3 more. And then the baby comes all the way down. Now take that ball one more time, place it behind the low back.
Okay.
And come back. Now, I can't believe what great shape you guys are in after just
Thank you.
4 months ago. But I do know abdominal muscles really, really take a hit
Sure do.
having gone through pregnancy and labor. So let's target those muscles. You're going to come back a little more on the ball. And now elbows are up and shoulders down. Very light hand grip around the thigh. Flex your feet so you can tip under, protect the low back again. And now, as you come forward, you're going to kiss the baby.
Ladies, you are amazing. You are inspiring. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.